Welcome, everybody, to the Notorious OTV, brought to you by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. And folks, as always,
it's all good, baby. It was all a dream.
We used to read Blood Horse magazine. I got my Cuban links and stunner shades on.
Yes, Cuban B.
I'm your host, Chase Sessoms, the Wolf of Oakland.
I'd rather be trapped than lazy. Don't care what they say, I'ma do what pays me.
It happens every year about this time. Weaklings act like they lost their mind. Alphas reclaim the neighborhood. Rob the sheep and all the wolves get good. If you were...
Yes. Welcome to the show. Joining me, as always, you might know him as the Michelangelo of the Crying Michael Jordan. He's your favorite capper's favorite capper. Ladies and gentlemen, Barry the Sniper Spears.
Hey, don't rub on that. You block that. You understand? That's alpaca. That's $25,000 alpaca. You block that shit. Right. You don't rubble. Put the club soda on there.
What's good, Barry?
Not much. Just, kind of relaxing on this back to school Monday. My daughter's going back to school today.
Same here. I made it. I survived this summer. I didn't think I was going to make it there for a little bit, but yeah, man, I survived the summer.
But it's an easier day knowing that we did some cashing on the weekend.
Oh, did we do some cashing?
A little bit.
That's right. If you're hearing that noise and if you're seeing these shades, that means that we had a double casher, our $100 budget show for the Sword Dancer Stakes card at Saratoga. We managed to both turn a profit. My plays got scratched down to $70, so I turned a $30 profit, which, it's like saying, when I talk about these totals here, it's like saying me and Tom Brady have combined for so many Super Bowls. But Barry, you hit a little bit of a whammer there. Why don't you tell the folks what you did?
Yeah, I gave out the Sword Dancer Exacta.
It was a nice
$10. Yeah. El Cadobra. I couldn't believe the horse was that price, to be honest with you. 4-1 is a great price on that horse. I thought he stood out, and he certainly showed up. Flav Pratt gave a great ride, and then the one-eyed horse Rebel Red ran excellent, but just was a bit short, and that was good for us. So we cashed that $430.
That's nice. It's a nice little score. Actually, you know what else? Our boy Paul Nolan over in Dublin. I saw him. He left a tweet about a Louis show where he hit on Impel and then hit on the Sturgeon
Moon, the double.
Sturgeon Moon. Yeah,
nice.
Yep. He got down on it. Said he made a few pounds.
All right, that's what's up. I mean, that was a Notorious OTB daily double over at Ellis yesterday.
Not a bad one.
Late
either.
Double. Yeah,
not a bad one either. Well, Barry, as I said, it's a double casher, Stunner Shade Monday, and it's been a while, but we did it. We turned a profit. Anywho, it's Monday. We turn the page, and on Mondays, we like to pick them by the threes. That's right. It's a Stunner Shade edition of our Monday Pick Threes. And we're taking a look at today's Ellis Park card and giving our best pick three bets for the day. That's Ellis Park today, the 11th of August, year of our Lord, 2025. Post time for the cards is going to be 12:50 Eastern, 11:50 God's time, 9:50 a.m. Specific time on the Pacific Coast. And Barry, I lead it off today because that is how numbers work. I like finding these sequences where I feel like I can single in a spot and then just open it up a little bit to bomb shop in the other legs. Because you just got to get that single home for it to happen. And I'm trying to leave myself a lot of chances. But I'm singled here in race 2.
Yes, I'm singing. I want to mingle.
You want to mingle?
Yeah.
I thought this was the race that made the next two races playable, like I said, in a horizontal. I found a horse that I projected to be alone on the front at this pace and is more than good enough to win this one. I'm singling the 2, Ninth Island at 7-2. Ninth Island is in for Brett Calhoun and gets Axel Concepcion up on this speedball, who, by the way, if I were him, I'd be really pissed that everyone calls Loya Machado the Axeman. Yeah, it's like I literally have it in my name, dude. this one's speedball on the front end. I don't think there's like one race where he hasn't had the lead at the first call. So without someone to legitimately, I think, pressure her early, I think it's bedtime for Bonzo here. And I get home in the most important leg of my pick 3 with the single, which I roll into race 3. 6 furlongs, a $30,000 maiden claimer on the dirt. This one for 2-year-olds. And I mean, there are some really tough maiden races in the middle of this card, and most of them baby races. And I decided to make some pedigree plays in the next 2 legs of this race 3, my closeout leg of race 4. There's no pace to go by. Why not throw some darts at some first-time starters that could, be something and have a little bit of a price? First, I'm going to use the 2 Starlit Night at 6-1. The dam was precocious-ish. And the top line of the pedigree is kind of great in these situations with Nyquist babies hitting it like 18% clip with 2-year-olds making their first start. If you look at what they do in dirt sprints, it also stands out over the average of all the other sires here. So my top pick here is going to be the 2 Starlit Night. I'm also going to use the number 4 Carol's Medley 8-1 because these Chancelots have been really, really active early. And the number 6 Run Mama Run at 6-1. Hey, water and oats, baby. Hey, water and oats. It's a run happy horse. So I'm using that one in leg 2. I close this out leg 3, which is race 4, 7 furlongs, $100,000 made special weight on the dirt. And listen, I'm closing out this leg with every horse in this race that I thought was making its first start in this race that might have the pedigree to take, this at first asking, with the exception of one horse that has one start. There's no top pick here, and we would go way long if I broke each horse down by pedigree. So I'm just going to run these off. It's going to be the 2 Marauder at 10-1, the 3 September Silver at 15-1, the 5, the Pied Piper Kells at 20-1, and then we're also going to add the 10 Alpeland and the 11 strike at 4-1. So I went super deep, 5 deep in that one. So I have a funnel ticket that wraps up in race 4. Barry, did you have any? I mean, you must have handicapped these races. What did you think?
I was actually very interested to see what that Chancelot horse does in your second leg there. And it's so weird to me also that Run Happy horses, or Run Happy, stands for $7,500, despite what amazing greatness he was on the track. I guess they figured out real quick that he wasn't passing that on too much.
Listen, he's low maintenance, just hay oats and water. That's all you need for a Run Happy. To be happy, just hay oats. He always runs on hay oats and water. I love that.
That is a great commercial.
Mattress Mac was so snarky that he threw in the hay oats and water. Barry, you've got a pick 3. Let's give it to the people because it starts in race 6, 6 furlongs, $50,000 allowance. It is on the dirt. Barry, how are you starting off your pick 3?
Yeah, no surprises here. The 2 horses that I'm using in this race really stand out. It would be the 3 True Passion. Basic class-wise stands out over these. His body of work so far kind of towers over everybody, except for maybe the second horse I'm using, the 4 Kentucky Smoke Show. This horse should be turned out on the lead. Has been a different horse since they actually got aggressive with him and kind of putting him in races earlier. And those races that Kentucky Smoke Show has been running are way higher class than what he's facing today, or she's facing today. So we're going to use the 3 and the 4 to start this off.
3 and 4 to start it off in race 6. We move it to race 7, 8.5 furlongs, a $50,000 maiden claimer on the turf. There was no way around it. You were going to have to play some maiden race at some point with the way they constructed this card. This starts off, I think, 2 or no, just one maiden in a row. Never mind. Go ahead, Barry.
Yeah, so we're going to use 3 horses in this race. We're going to use the 7 Sanborn. This horse was running good last year before the layoff for Cherie DeVoe. Just kind of couldn't get over the hump. Ran into some decent competition up there at Saratoga. This spot seems very logical. Horses out of Yoshida should like the turf, just like they thought. Nice work out there on August 2nd, which is a 47-3 breeze, which was a bullet at Turfway. So I like that coming into this race. 9-2 on this gelded horse, getting Lasix for the first time. I think that spells a winning formula. We're going to use the 8 ritual. What's up?
Oh, I was gonna say I got fancy with the color and the exclamation points because I know you love the full makeover package there.
Oh
So,
yeah.
all right, go ahead.
Nice little makeover package. And then ritual, the 8. His first race on the turf, July 4th at Ellis, was pretty good, despite what the outcome was. This horse was kind of wide the whole way and kind of made a middle move and flattened out. I really, the buyer that horse got was pretty decent. And I think this horse can build upon that. Better trip, better placing, getting Mario Gutierrez, who does a really good job of putting horses in races. But you'll notice this horse, his first out, he lost to Kalahari Dreams and Privman, who are pretty decent horses. So we'll give that one a shot in here. And then we're going to give the 12 Globalist out of Brad Cox Barn a shot here too. 2 nice races over at Horseshoe Indianapolis. One in April, one in June. I think this horse might take to the turf. They paid a lot of money for this horse. Doesn't get the greatest of post positions, but this field isn't that strong. So I think that horse can overcome that. So we're going to use the 7, 8, and 12 to move on.
Move on to, would this be the hoop?
Yes, this is the hoop we were dunking at.
Love dunking, guy. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we love dunking because we're going to dunk this.
A year-round application for that. 9 furlongs, race 8 is $50,000. Non-winners is something. I'm not here to read your fucking conditions. Optional claimer on the dirt. What are you doing?
We're going anti-chalk zone. We're going with the chalk, number 4, El Magnifico. You'll notice for those that use the daily racing form, if you ever see a horse whose last 2 races, their buyer speed figures are better than everybody else in the field, it's a super high percentage play. Like I want to say it's up in the 50-60% range, which is really high. But not only that, this horse has kind of a lone speed running style. There's really one horse to beat and unload. And honestly, El Magnifico doesn't actually need the lead to win this race, and they could sit right off this horse. I mean, I just don't see how El Magnifico can really lose this race. He's got the right running style. He's got all the speed. Should control every bit of this race start to finish. So we're going to end it off and score with number 4, El Magnifico, in the 8th at Ellis.
That's right. And then after you place that ticket, just hang out.
Go to line. Stay in line.
Stay in line. You know what? And stand
early.
No regular why they pay me.
Right. That's right. That's how we roll.
All right, Barry, how do you feel about recap picks? Oh, by the way, just our boy, he heard us shouting him out. We got Junior Mafia popping off in the chat.
Hell yeah.
Watch the Star Movie. Thanks for
there he is.
We always enjoy it when you chime in with your successes, Paul.
Hell yeah.
All right. Wrapping up picks. What is it? Is mandatory. I'll lead it off. So for Monday, my Ellis Park pick 3 starts in race 2, where I'm singling the 2. Ninth Island, I think is the name. Race 3, I'm using the 2, 4, and 6. And race 4, I'm going ultra deep with the 2, 3, 5, 10, 11. I'm going to press that for a $2 pick 3. That's going to be in for 30 total. Barry, what do you have for the people?
All right, we got a $5 pick 3, which starts in race 6. We're using the 3 True Passion and the 4 Kentucky Smoke Show in race 6. In race 7, we're using the 7 Sanborn, the 8 Ritual, and the 12 Globalist. And race 8, We're single to number 4, El Magnifico to the hoop. Yeah, and if you want to play it for 30, for 50, you could do that.
Oh, damn. Here I was thinking that there was not a single typo on there, but yeah. Why not play it for 50? Just YOLO this pick 3. Why not?
Push it
Barry,
all in.
Yeah,
on
man.
a Monday.
Why not? What you got going today, Barry?
Not much, kind of still a little above par as far as the heat goes. So I think I'm gonna take some shade and hang out.
Yeah. I'm gonna enjoy just not having the kids in the house. Just me and Rosie back to the way things were. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna miss them quite a bit during the day, I think. All right, guys, that's it for today at the Notorious OTB. We will, of course, be back tomorrow. It's Long Shot Tuesday, where we're gonna be looking at the Horseshoe Indy card that day tomorrow. Barry, parting words, anything?
Yeah, stay cool, homies.
I agree. I agree that you should stay cool. Let's see. What's a good sound drop to roll out on here? I got it.
13,000 cigarettes, preferably 6,000 of